The governor who told the president, "You are not welcome here." Nigeria's Second Republic, 1980. President Shehu Shagari, leader of the most powerful civilian government Nigeria had seen, boarded his presidential jet and flew to Bendel State on an official visit. He landed at Benin Airport and found nothing. The governor had declared a public holiday and asked everybody to stay indoors. Shagari arrived to an empty airport and empty streets and asked rhetorically, "Where are my people?" His people were not there because the governor of Bendel State had sent them home. That governor was Professor Ambrose Folorunsho Ali, and this is his story. Who was Ambrose Ali? Born September 22nd, 1929 in Ido-Ani, Ondo State. A Nigerian medical professor, the first civilian executive governor of Bendel State, now divided into Edo and Delta states. He was not a career politician. He was a professor of morbid anatomy, a head of department at the University of Benin, a man who believed that education could transform a people. He was also a member of the Constituent Assembly that drafted 1978 Nigerian Constitution. When he ran for governor in 1979 on the platform of Awolowo's Unity Party of Nigeria, he made promises most Nigerian politicians would never dare to make. He promised citizens free education at all levels, free medical service, full employment and rural development, and then, remarkably, he tried to keep them. What about after he was sworn in as governor? Ali declared education free for primary and secondary schools in Bendel State. Children received free books, biros, mathematical sets, and special pencils. At every Independence celebration and Children's Day, every child in Bendel State had a free meal of rice and stew with meat. He established over 600 new secondary schools and abolished secondary school fees. He established College of Education in Ekadolo, Agbo, Warri, and Ozoro, 3 polytechnics, 4 teachers training college, and abolished charges for service and drugs at state-owned hospitals. And at the crown of it all, Bendel University, Ekpoma, founded in 1981, later renamed Ambrose Ali University in his honor. A governor who wore sandals to work because he was too busy governing to shop for shoes. History recorded that detailed. It tells you everything about the man. But there was a problem. To build all of this, Ali needed money, and the money was being held by the federal government. Governor Ali challenged President Shagari's federal government to declare openly the revenue generated in the federation accounts and how it was being shared. It took the federal government to court on the matter. This was radical, dangerous, and unprecedented. An opposition governor from an oil-producing state dragging the president to the Supreme Court over money that belonged to his people. And one of the most remarkable things that happened was that the governor of Rivers State, Melford Okilo, who belonged to Shagari's own ruling NPN party, joined Ali case against his own president. Because when it came to Niger Delta, oil money, party loyalty had its limits, and then came the presidential visit. Ali announced publicly that the president was not welcome in Bendel State. The police barricaded the airport doors, preventing crowds from reaching the presidential jet. The governor declared a public holiday, asked everyone to stay indoors. Shagari arrived to an empty street and an empty airport and asked, "Where are my people?" In the end, after the initial standoff, Shagari calmly sat in dignity, smiling and waving to his supporters. He proceeded to the government house where Governor Ali was waiting to receive him. 2 powerful men, one federal government, one state government, one explosive meeting. The end and the injustice that followed. On December 31st, 1983, the military ended Nigeria's Second Republic. Ali was arrested, He was sentenced to 100 years in prison by a military tribunal for allegedly misappropriating 983,000 naira meant for a road project. The man who built 600 schools, who fed every child on Independence Day, who took the president to court for his people's money, sentenced to 100 years. He was eventually released, but the damage was done. Professor Ambrose Ali died on September 22, 1989, his own 60th birthday at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital. He died on the same day he was born, as if life itself chose the date. Decades after his death, he was granted a presidential pardon. His family rejected it. He was never guilty of anything, his son Andrew said, other than giving his all to improve the lot of the people. Professor Ambrose Folorunsho Ali, September 22, 1929 to September 22, 1989. He told a sitting president he was not welcome. He built 600 schools. He fed children on Independence Day. He wore sandals to government house. He died on his birthday, and Nigeria sentenced him to 100 years for it. This is the Nigeria untold story. The man who gave everything and got injustice in return. Have you heard of Professor Ambrose Ali before today? What does his story tell us about Nigeria's treatment of its best leaders?
People of the fountain.